Hey guys, it's DragonScar44 here, and this is the Scarring Truth podcast after how many weeks?
Like two.
This is like the only thing that I've uploaded in the past 2 weeks, because so much crap's gone down.
Life.
Oh, life's a bitch.
Uh,
I am here with Elvis and Alan for right now. Casey was going to be joining us in a bit. Allison might join us, and Tom's joining us. Quentin, I don't know if Quentin will be joining us at all. I don't know if Quentin will not be joining us. I don't know. I don't know if he will. And Steph has work. James is not going to be able to join us because he has some stuff to do. So that's that.
Uh-huh.
And Shauna's watching. What's up? How much fun but she was waiting until we went live. Like, I'm gonna be the first one.
pretty much.
Oh my god, I am so tired, but I am also so excited for this topic today.
Uh-huh.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
You know what the fuck it's supposed to mean, bitch.
Bitch.
It means you and Casey and probably Tom go back and forth. While me and Alan sound like a bunch of jackasses. It's like, well,
No, you guys know of eSports. Like, you've watched it a
not to
couple
the point
times
where I can
with
have a
me.
full-on conversation about it.
Right.
Still, that's why I have you guys here for right now, and if you want to leave, you can leave. That I'm not forcing you guys to stay here.
Aww,
I'm not
that's
forcing you guys.
fun.
Exactly.
Bitch, I ain't leaving. Okay.
Okay, then don't. Basically today is about esports because today, Call of Duty announced their CWL Call of Duty World League, schedule today, and that was a really interesting thing to wake up to. Basically, they're gonna start with online 2Ks from November 12th till December 3rd, and then they're going to have their first global open event on December 8th, which is MLG Dallas, which I might have a viewing party because fucking esports. It's my football. And there's this whole season that they announced. I'm not going to get into it just yet, but I'm very excited for it in general. So, esports is basically. Wait, what is open? Something opened. I don't know what opened. I'm actually confused now. Computer, why are you being stupid? We've got an update for you. That's nice. Okay. So, esports is basically electronic video gaming competitions. Um, it ranges from fighting games to first-person shooters to RPGs like Pokemon and stuff like that. So that's basically the whole gist of what esports is. I'm very passionate about it because in high school I was the president of the esports club. We did like Super Smash Bros. Tournaments, and I was trying to get a Dota League, League of Legends team, trying to get a Call of Duty team. That's always been a struggle for me because Call of Duty is my go-to game. Morty. Um, I don't want. No, I don't. It's telling me that I have an update that I have to do. I don't need this right now, man. I don't
Oh
need
no.
this. Snooze. I'll probably.
Please do before you like drop yourself out of it because like me and Alan will probably start singing show tunes or talking about the finest men from way back in the 2000s that
I'll
are hot as
I'll restart after
hell.
the podcast and I'll get that all set. So I just recently um showed Elvis and Alan esports. When I first met them, they had no clue what the hell it was, and then I
Nope.
showed them the glory of Call of Duty esports. And what are you guys' thoughts on it?
Anaheim is the best.
Anaheim.
Well, it was a new experience for me because I never watched esports like that, and so just seeing everybody compete, every gamer, every team, it brought a new perspective, you know, about gaming, for me. So yeah.
Elvis,
Yeah.
thoughts on esports?
Well, um, first time I watched it was like 2 semesters ago.
No, it was last semester because that's when we started really hanging out.
Was that not? Damn.
Yeah, it was last semester. I
Yee.
think it was ML, not Anaheim. Anaheim's when Alan first started watching.
No, wasn't it though?
It was
Because
Dallas. It was MLG Dallas.
Dallas, yes, because you were working at Lasertron still, and
Hmm.
you had work that night, well, that day, and I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go on Snapchat and record every highlight of the performance. Wow,
It's
of the
basically a
game.
performance.
Kinda, yeah. And how many did I send you? Like 50?
At the end of the night, it was, I think, 5 minutes worth of Snapchats.
Yep. Cause I'm a ride or die bitch like that. But um, it's very interesting to watch. Like I didn't think people took gaming like that of that sort to a competitive level until that, and watching it was fine. Yeah. Although now I feel like I can't watch it unless I'm watching it with Alex because if I do it on my own, I will like. I'm not a gamer. I'm not a gamer, so
You're just like, what?
what? What?
What? What?
What? What? What?
Mm.
What? 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 What?
Bada
I'm gonna
bada bada
stand and look
bada
at
bada
what
bada
something
bada
about
da.
it.
Uh, yeah.
But yeah, it's all right. Seeing a bunch of nerds fighting around. It's actually quite interesting. I was drawing the N on all their foreheads as I was watching, including this one. And I'm pointing to you, jackass. Put your tongue back in your mouth.
Shauna says esports is actually pretty interesting. I've seen a few of them. No thanks to you. LOL. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of my friends into esports,
Yeah,
and
she did.
I'm just glad I have someone to talk about it with. Because for those who don't know, my team, my go-to team is Optic Gaming, the Green Wall. Let's go.
Yes!
They became Call of Duty champs this year, which I am so happy. That day was very. I cried of happiness. Um, let's see.
I have the snaps for it. I've seen the snaps. Yes, you were very emotional.
I was, cause
Yeah.
COD champs is like, all right. For those who don't understand why I love this so much, my dad doesn't understand. If he was in here, he would argue with me for the longest time about if esports is an actual sport, because that's the controversy that's been going around. If esports is actually a sport, in my eyes, it is. You're using teamwork along with cognitive abilities, um, and strategies to win a game. I mean, it's not as physically challenging as like football or soccer,
Or the
Well, for
Olympics.
your thumbs it is.
but it's mentally challenging because it makes you think about, okay, what do I need to do? How do I do this? What can I do? Use this ability, etc., etc. And esports is like my football. Excuse me. Um,
You're excused.
esports is my football. My dad watches football every Sunday until the Super Bowl, and then he whines and complains about it for the rest of the year until football starts up again.
My dad does the exact same thing.
Um, and this is basically my football, but it's more all year round, and up until COD Champs, where I have to wait a couple to a few months to actually get to watch it again. but being able to see the development of a new game, having teams come together, compete for a good amount, like for a good couple times, and then comparing that to the first time that they ever played. Tom
Tom!
Tom!
was good, bitch.
What's good, bitches?
Yay!
Long
Hi!
time no see. God damn. How you doing?
Alright,
How are you doing, Thomas?
Good. How are you?
I've been better.
He does it through us, yes.
Yes. So yeah, the topic for the podcast is esports.
Cool beans.
I showed you esports, didn't I, Tom?
Yeah.
Okay. Where was I?
We miss you, Tom. It's been forever.
I know. I'm sorry. Blame Disney for making me work every closing shift ever.
Fucking Nazis.
Better than an overnight.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
let me just say this real quick. Last Saturday night, we had over 57,000 people in the park.
Holy shit.
Uh-huh. We had like the record-breaking sales. We had almost all 7 of our parking lots were almost completely full.
Mickey was tired, huh?
I was tired.
Yeah.
I was tired.
Damn.
It was like $780,000 in total sales, I think.
wow.
They broke the record from
That's going to the live-action version of Disney's Lion King.
and we sold over 4,000 Flaming Youngs at Canada.
All right.
Yeah, that's like the most popular item there. So, yeah, I was dead on last Saturday night.
Shauna says that she misses you.
Who?
Shauna.
Oh, Shauna, I miss you too, but I'll be home in January. Don't worry, guys.
We're gonna be gone by January.
When are you coming home in January, Tom?
I'm leaving here the 4th.
Hey, you should stop by New York City. Or at least where purchases and then say hi. We can spend the day together. Then you can go back home.
I'll figure that out.
I don't know, because it depends on when we have to leave, when we get into the school, when we leave for purchase, because...
That's something that we have to look into, along with we need to email Fisher and Heather about recommendation letters. We need to get a lot.
Thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, the Excelsior program.
Yes.
That's a thing, too.
That will help out a lot.
Yeah, it will, especially my broke ass.
All right, so
Okay.
where was I?
I don't know, nerd shit.
So esports goes all year long. They have to wait. The teams getting together. All right, seeing how much they've grown since the first time they've played the game together as a team in a competition compared to, let's just say like the Call of Duty champs. That really it shows the growth between a person and their team, and I absolutely love that. Plus, when it comes to esports, there's also drama. One of the bigger esports players on one of the bigger esports teams got traded for the first time in forever. And
For the first time in forever.
There's a red button that I can just... Oops. So tempting.
Alex, you do that, and when you get to come and pick me up tomorrow morning, you know how I've been getting this much closer to touching that spot of yours. I won't miss this time.
Oh, snap.
And you know I'm not... no, that's not your job, sir. That's not your job. That's not your job. Your girlfriend's watching. That's not my job either. right now. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Shauna says, when is there never any drama? Drama is a virus. Preach it to the choir.
Yeah.
And she
Love
just
that.
and now she did like the emoji with the slits for eyes and then a straight mouth. Just really.
Love you.
All right, so in another category for esports, it's not just Call of Duty. Lately I've been getting competitive with Overwatch. Overwatch is a great game to play. And lately I've been getting back into Pokemon. Pokemon's been a good little release for me. So I'm starting to get competitive with that. What else? There is a game called Hearthstone. If you guys haven't heard of it, it's like a card game. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh, but better. Um, you have like a certain amount of mana each turn. You can summon stuff, and it's really cognitive. Shauna says she loves you, Elvis.
Yay!
Yay!
Also, just so you know, I'm not kidding about the dick thing. I will do it. And Alex knows this because I've gotten so close so many times. Close to the point where his face has turned as red as my shirt. God damn it! That's I'll
Casey,
be
come
right
back
back.
soon. Casey, come back soon. I need someone to talk
Shut
about
the hell up. You're having
actual
fun and you
esports
know
with
it.
me.
I'll be right back, guys. I gotta just have to do really quick.
Okay.
So, what games do you guys play or want to play that you guys think would be a good esport?
Oh man. Well,
Good
I'm
trying to
just
think.
I really don't know.
Is there like a league of esports for Mario Kart? Because I know people can get really intense for that.
See, I would love that. I would love to watch that. I don't know if there is a competitive thing for it. I know people do it competitively with friends.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that is something that's very you lose friends over. So
Read about Crash Bandicoot.
that's not competitive. It's more speed run, I guess.
Ah.
Instead of being competitive against other people, it's more the faster you get through it, the better. I don't know. I've seen some really weird speed runs, and I'm like, I don't understand how people can even like.
Gran Turismo?
What is that?
You have never heard of Gran Turismo?
Nope.
It's a racing game, right?
Yeah. Like Need for Speed and,
I don't think they have any racing game competitive. I can look into it, but I've never heard of a league where they do
Neither have
racing.
I.
Because there's not really much skill to it,
Yeah.
to be completely honest. Like, I know they have Rocket League, but that's like cars plus soccer or basketball or whatever.
Okay.
I know they have Super Smash Brothers.
Oh, I guarantee they have Super Smash Brothers.
Oh yeah, no, they do. That's an actual thing. That's really entertaining to watch.
Have there been any fighting game leagues like Street
yeah.
Fighter, like Mortal Kombat?
Street Fighter,
Street Fighter,
Mortal
Mortal Kombat, Tekken, they all have leagues somewhere. I know they do because that is competitive as hell.
Yeah.
Basically, if you look it up, there's probably something going on.
Okay.
Trying to think.
Yeah, same. Wait, what was? Oh my god.
Because I play competitive games, so I'm trying to think of games that I don't really play that would be. Oh, I don't know.
And then all of the games I could think of are just like story plot based. So
Granted, I love story plot games like
yeah,
Portal. Portal is
Mhm.
such a great game. It's one of my favorite games to play if I'm ever just chilling out.
yeah.
It's a good strategy puzzle game. If you ever have the chance to pick it up and play it, do it. I suggest doing it.
Which one?
Portal and Portal 2.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so since you guys know who my favorite team is, and I think I know what Alan's favorite team is. Tom, I don't
Yes.
know if you came up with a distinct
I
favorite
don't think
team.
I ever did because I haven't got a chance to really like watch it only because I had to get ready to move my whole life down to like the bottom of the country. So like every time you guys would get together to watch it, I would have to be doing our shit. So
Well, the season just got announced
Mhm.
today, so I'll send you that if you want if you're interested.
Please do, please do.
All right. All right, so I know for sure in my Snapchat I have stickers, like how Snapchat has stickers
Hmm.
of different teams. And most of them are the good esports teams. I need to fix this up. All right. So, for those who don't know, Optic Gaming is my go-to game to play. And it's a lot of fun. Wait. Okay. It's a lot of fun rooting for a team cuz let's say like the first time I ever watched esports was a few years ago, and the the team that I was rooting for from the start was Optic. I didn't know anything about Optic. I didn't know anything about their history, how good they were, how bad they were. All I knew is that I loved them, and they were one of my favorite teams since then. And since then, they've won tournaments, they've won playoffs, and they're COD champs this year, which I cannot be more happy with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up two. Yeah, I'm going to put up two teams up on screen,
Okay.
and I want you guys. I want to see if you guys remember who they are.
Oh, Alan.
Yeah.
Charlie Brown blanket.
Oh, I can't wait to see that blanket again.
Well, you wanted to blanket more than me. Gee, thanks, Alan.
I mean, all right. So first teams are
yes, Optic. Yes.
Optic is the top one, but do you remember, Alan, who the bottom one is? You probably don't, but I'm going to give you a clue. Their original name was Bittersweet.
Oh, yes. Wait. Oh. Wait. Do they go by another name now?
They go by another name now. They were bought out.
Huh.
They
I
go
have
by the
never.
name of Ghost Gaming now.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
That's different.
See, I can't really talk about much because you guys don't really know that much about esports. So when Casey gets back, I'm gonna have like a full-on conversation with him.
He said, in
I
our
saw
group,
he has to pick up
he-
his mom's coworker. Um. Okay, so now you know about a lot of the other esports.
Hmm.
What is I challenge you, both of you, to look into and start uh, learning more and maybe doing some stuff for this, trying to figure out an esport.
I'm off
And
tomorrow. I need something to do.
so, the esports or competitive games that I am going to be that I am right now getting into are Call of Duty when World War II comes out, Rocket League, which is basically cars plus soccer,
Hmm.
and that's more hard. I'm getting back into Pokemon, like I said before. So I'm gonna see if I can do a competitive team with that. Um, Overwatch. Overwatch is a good game that I've been playing, and I think that's it. No, Fortnite. I want to get into Fortnite, which is a free game, and it's really good. So I challenge you guys to look in. Oh, sorry, God damn, I should be yawning. Yeah,
Well, we did do an overnight last night, so
and I slept all day today.
you didn't have class today.
I did, but I wasn't feeling good. I was sick to my stomach,
Uh,
so I didn't want to get anyone sick. I ch- I challenge you guys to look into a game that you like a lot
I'm
and
really into Rocket
how
League.
to um and make it competitive. So like if you want to get into Pokemon again, get a Pokemon game or one of your Pokemon games. Train up, look into like nature's move sets, team move sets, stuff like that. You both just nodded at the same time. The fuck. So think about what you guys want to do for a competitive thing and then let me know.
All right.
So who's excited for Halloween?
I am over Halloween.
Hmm?
I'm over Halloween.
Oh, that's right, because Disney.
We started celebrating damn Halloween in August.
All I heard was.
We started celebrating Halloween down here at Disney in August.
Awesome.
Hey.
What are you going to be for Halloween, Tom?
I'm going to be an Epcot food and wine worker because I'm going to be at work.
All right.
Oh,
Alan,
yeah, all right.
do you know what you're going to be for Halloween?
The goal is still trying to achieve, being Maui. So,
Yes,
Nice,
yes.
nice, nice. I'm gonna be Tape Face for those of you who did not see the last podcast. I'm gonna be Tape Face. I'm gonna be getting oven mitts, dressing them up like Flynn Rider and Rapunzel, and then singing "I See the Light" with the puppets. It's gonna be fun. But then I have work at 7 to 11 on Halloween. Shauna says, "Me, me, me. I am so ready for Halloween." Okay, okay. So, what is your
I'm ready with
favorite
it.
Halloween special?
Special? I know the one I watched a lot was Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown.
All right, all
Like,
right.
I remember watching that, like, every year.
Alan, do you have one? That's your favorite?
the SpongeBob special.
Did you watch it? The newest one?
I did not.
Yeah, the stop motion one. Look it up. I haven't seen it yet. I've heard it's really good though, cause
Wait,
Lizzie.
what's this? Oh,
Uh,
yeah, I got it.
do you guys remember Scary Godmother?
Oh, my goodness, yes. That
Scary.
horrible Halloween special that was on Cartoon Network.
It was so good. I loved
So,
it.
it was so good, it was so bad, I loved it.
That's like a go-to Halloween special for me. And I'm going to get so much hate for this. I've never seen Hocus Pocus.
Well, in my defense, I haven't seen it till like a few years ago. So
But you've
Yeah.
still seen it. I haven't seen it ever.
I haven't seen it in a while, so it's hard to really like sum up, you know.
Well, I don't want you to tell me about it because Theater Club is going to
um,
be showing it the day after Halloween.
Well, true, yeah.
So yeah, that's something that,
it's a really good movie,
from what
and
I've been
literally,
told,
it's a really good movie. Bette Midler is amazing in it.
I mean,
Um,
it's Bette Midler, so yeah.
and speaking of Hocus Pocus, because when I went to the Disney Halloween party like last month, they had like this whole stage show there with the sisters from Hocus Pocus and all the Disney villains. It was like so cool. Like it was like all these evil people like in the same place. It was like, oh my god, I literally lost my living shit. But anytime I see a good Disney stage show, I lost my shit. I saw Mimo last week and I lost my shit. So
Shauna says we are watching Hocus Pocus the next time we hang out, whether you like it or not.
well, if you were playing, I'm watching it anyway.
I know we are planning on watching a week from yesterday, I think. Yep, a week from yesterday.
So
No, a week
my
from
room.
today.
Huh?
Today's Wednesday, so yeah, a week
Yeah.
from today.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to ask you guys something, whether it be you guys and the chat or whoever's watching. I'm thinking about a few things. One, starting up an esports team for Call of Duty because Call of Duty or Overwatch, because I want people to play with, and I hate people that I get teamed up with online. Plus, it's something that I've been trying to do for years now. It's always failed. And another thing is, I'm thinking about doing something called eSports Talk, where once eSports starts up again, I want to, I don't know, actually make a podcast, like having not just cameras and stuff, just having a mic, try to figure out how to do a podcast, an actual podcast with just audio and talking about esports for that happened that week, or esports that is coming up, stuff like that. What did you send? Hold up. She's that loud. Oh, have fun tonight.
Like my friend asked me, like, "Do you want to go do a Walmart run?" I'm like, sure. I'm done with this.
I mean,
Just
if
to
you
get out
want to
of
go
here.
now, you can. It can be
No,
just...
no, no. She's not even at. She's not at work. She's back from work yet. She's not. It's gotta be at least 2 hours.
Oh, okay. Um, and just talking about esports, what's going on, stats. I want to get into like maybe doing a lot more stat stuff with esports. I don't know. It's just an idea that I've wanted to do for a while, but now that I kind of sort of have time, I want to do it. I want to do less video game like recording stuff and more competitive. And that's why the only thing I'm making a direct decision right now, I'm only going to be streaming Scar and Truth podcast and Kingdom Hearts whenever I can. Only because I promised James that I would. But Dark Souls isn't working because I'm always busy as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Podcasts, I try to do it every week. Thursdays is when I usually do. I'll try to do Kingdom Hearts, but I'll just do Kingdom Hearts whenever I can, maybe during the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now I want to do less recording, more streaming and podcast stuff, and competitive. It's because it's really difficult for me right now with a job that I might have to do overnights more. Um, a job, a life, school, rehearsals, trying to
Mm-hmm.
transfer to another college. It's hard for me to try to keep up my schedule. And I'm going to make a separate video about this at some point. I don't know when, but I'll probably do it maybe tomorrow or tonight. Because I'm not going to be sleeping anytime soon because I slept all day.
Oh, that's what I hate about doing overnights. Like you sleep all day, and then when it's time to actually sleep, you can't fucking sleep.
And I want to do stuff like that and do the esports thing once a week. This I want to do maybe every week, every other week. Depends on when
Mm-hmm.
everyone's busy, when everyone is
Mm-hmm.
free. And basically stream whenever I can. You guys are the only ones that know about this right now. I haven't really talked about this with anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And Shona says, I say go for the esports podcast. Sounds like a great idea. I know. I'm an ass. I'm sorry.
She goes slap you for that tomorrow.
But I don't know. I want to try to get a competitive team together because I like working as a team. I want to start talking about esports because I'm passionate about esports.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Because like,
I like that.
once more people come in and
Mm-hmm.
like, for the podcast, I'll talk to them about it as well. Like when Elvis comes back,
Mm-hmm.
and when I make a separate video about it, I'm gonna see if I can get feedback from that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea, you know. Then just to bring something different that we don't usually, us well, I can't say that we really don't talk about it, but we don't. It's not like the highlight of America. Like we don't talk about it constantly. Like
Mm-hmm.
esports, I'm talking about. We don't talk about it constantly. We do talk about gaming, but esports in specific, we need to talk about
It's only because there's controversy over if esports is actually a sport. The only
Yeah.
time esports was actually in ESPN was
Mm-hmm.
for the League of Legends World Tournament, the finals, because that payout was almost $1 billion just for the team to win, and the team to lose got $500 million. Like, that's a lot. People don't understand that you don't have to be athletic. You don't have to be like the bulkiest or work out every single day to be good at something that you love to do. And we get ridiculed for that only because we're sitting in front of a screen all day playing games, and people don't understand that's actually work. People, YouTubers that do YouTube for a living, that's their work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just like with esports. Optic Gaming has a house. They all get together. They get together, they stream because it helps with revenue. They try to fundraise to go to these events. And once they get together, they practice together as a team for 2, maybe 3 hours. And you see how successful they are. It's the same with Red Reserve. It's the same for FaZe. It's the same for Luminosity, for fuck's sake. Because Luminosity is huge in other businesses like League of Legends and Dota and CSGO. Like, you don't need to be athletic. You need to be passionate. And I am honestly passionate about esports and what it stands for. Like I said, it's controversy. I believe esports is a sport. What do you guys think? And what's your reasoning behind it? Because it's easy just to say, yeah, I think it's a sport, but there has to be some reasoning behind it. Who wants to go first?
Well, I can see what you mean about esports, being mentally challenging. And yeah, I think, there's just a
Elvis, you just missed
misconception.
my spiel. I'm sorry.
The fuck
it, it was a spiel.
I went on a rant for a
about
good 10 minutes about esports.
what about? Oh God, I'm glad I missed it.
Oh, fuck you too.
No, because like, never mind. I take it back. Because yeah, don't give me that face. Don't give me that. You know what it is? Don't give me that face. You were the only person I think in this world that actually can use that face, and it'll work on me. Don't get any fucking idea. Shut up. Now I feel bad. Thanks for that.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, so
It's
basically right
fine.
now I just got done with my little rant, and I'm asking everyone, do you think esports is a sport, and what is your reasoning behind it being a sport or it being not a sport? And Alan's going first, so we'll just go from Alan, Tom, and then Elvis, so you can have some time to think about it.
Okay.
Uh,
By the way, Alex, sorry, I just recorded something, and you're gonna want to know what it is.
Tell me.
Look on Smule and find out, bitch.
Alan, go on.
I need to
but
see
yeah,
this.
I just think that there's a misconception with it that, you know, because it's not physically challenging, it doesn't really count as a sport. So,
So you think that esports should not be counted as a sport?
no, I'm saying that it should be counted as a sport, but just, yeah, the basic, you know, misconception of like people don't get, just because it's not physically challenging, that it shouldn't be a sport. So, my thing is like, like if it's not physically challenging, if anything is just challenging in general, like just mentally or physically stimulating you, that it should, be a sport in a kind of way. So,
All right, Tom.
Give me 1 second.
One.
I was just about to
Ha
say
ha
that.
ha
I
ha.
was just about to say
Funny.
that.
Funny.
Do you want us to skip you and then you can go last, or?
Yes, please. Sorry. Dr. Phil moment right here.
All right, Elvis.
Do I think it's a sport? Yes.
Right.
Only
Do you think it should be
because
counted as a sport? How about that?
um uh well, I don't know. You know me. I'm very this way, like one side and two side. I try to like see both of why people would say it's a sport or wouldn't.
Right.
Because they're okay. Look, there are these jocks that are like, well, if you're not physically moving, you're getting some kind of exercise out of it. It can't be quite kind of a sport.
Oh
Or
my
some,
gosh.
or and more the idiots. If it doesn't involve a ball, it doesn't. It's not a sport. But bitch, dancing is a thing, and that sure as hell doesn't require a ball unless it's part of the dance. But that's a sport, and this is mentally, like physically, not. I mean, it messes with you to the point where it'll show physically, like you know what I mean, right?
Huh?
Like putting all that time and effort into it, and like
I'm gonna
all
say
that.
this. Can I say something really quick?
Go
I
ahead.
I follow a lot of esports players on YouTube, and they do vlogs every single day. They go to the gym. Like, they have time to go to the gym, work out for an hour to 2 hours, and they still find time to do the esports and competitive stuff. So
Exactly.
that doesn't mean just because you do esports or do like competitive gaming does not mean that you're not physically fit, and but it also doesn't mean that you
Right.
are physically fit. There's like
Exactly.
there's two halves. There's two halves to a whole. Sorry, go on.
Oh, that's me still.
Go on, yes.
But pretty much what you said though. I feel like it should be counted as a sport.
Reasoning?
Well, like it's tricky. I
know
feel like
that.
it
That's
should
why
be
I'm asking
counted.
it. That's why I'm asking because I always ask you guys questions. I always have like either one word answers or little explanations. This requires you to think. This is what I need to happen more.
You know I'm not a think. Well, that's a big ass lie. I'm a big.
You are the
thinker.
biggest thinker that I know.
Yeah. Well, I got a
You
million
think too
things going
much.
through my head. Yeah, a million things going through my head, and like four other personalities that fight each other every day. So, like at one point, Shrek's fighting Gomez, and then at another point, Gomez is kicking the shit out of little Smee.
Mr. Smee.
Yeah.
All right.
And then Rooster's pointing the gun at some point. So,
All right.
but yeah, like there are some that will say technically a sport involves physical movement of exercise, which is where that comes into play. But I feel like it should be counted as a sport because one, it's like not every sport has to be physically challenging.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think of that counts as physical, but it's a tricky subject because it's gaming, but gaming does a lot to you, especially if you're that deep into it. Like, especially to games like this too. Like any game will make you go through some kind of mental state, you know. So put you through a lot. Well, so what?
No, I thought you froze for a second. I didn't know if it was just me or not.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that's pretty much why. Because it might not put you through something like physically, but mentally it's all there, and it does just as much to you as it would a physical sport. So, yes.
All right, Tom, your turn.
Okay, so when I think of a sport, I think of two components that people need. They need A, to be in good shape, and also good like coordination and good like be able to process things in real time in the moment very fast. And
Yes.
that's like you can be like a person who's in the best shape of their life, but they don't have that part, they won't be able to do that game to justice the way they should be. So even though they might be just sitting on a computer hitting with a controller or on a keyboard, they are probably doing more coordination in esports than in a game of football. So for that reason, I think just for the whole focus and the whole like mentality, if that's even a word, I don't know if it is, but I don't care.
Mentality.
Mentality, yeah, of players who do esports and how successful they become, because it's not because it gets to the point where people will be able to make livings off of this. So since people to make a living, it's like they do with YouTube. Like people will be able to make a living, pay their bills, and have fancy mansions in Los Angeles. So if they're able to do that just from doing this, then it should be considered a sport.
To kind
Look
of
at Tom.
add on what Tom said about being fit in some way, esports makes you mentally fit.
Yes.
Like I know some esports players that are engineering majors, that are mathematics majors, that dropped out not because they didn't think they could handle it. It's because they found a passion, something more.
Exactly.
I know the youngest esport player. He is on Rise Nation. He is 17. He's gone to
Holy crap.
Yeah, he's gone to worldwide championships. he's gone to like he's won championships. He's made more money than any of his other classmates, and his classmates cheer him on. And like, oh wow, Sean is just like, damn, Tom, that's deep.
I know, I know.
But like, when when it gets down to the nitty gritty, for something to be a sport, you have to challenge yourself some way, whether it be physically or mentally. Like, what was it? Decathlons. I think that's what they're called.
Yeah.
Those aren't being physically fit. Those are like mental stuff. Like, you have to be able to know the answer to a question like that or do math in your head like that. That's counted as a sport. Spelling bees are counted as a sport.
Yeah.
So, something that still boggles my mind to this day is why people still complain about video games being a sport.
The same reason why people are still complaining about someone becoming a certain president of some country.
Okay.
Preach it to the
People
choir.
will
Preach
complain
it to the
about-
choir.
People will complain about anything. I learned this especially when I'm down in Disney. Like, people will, if they don't get their own way, they will complain. So,
I wanted sprinkles on my ice cream.
well, no,
I
it's more
specifically
like
ordered.
I wanted only pink sprinkles, not this rainbow shit.
no, it's more like, I'm sorry, you can't stand here for the fireworks. This area is a safety hazard. I'm sorry. That's more. It's more like, for me at least.
Like that. That's what it's
Where
for.
you can
Disney.
Much better view, like a minute walk that way.
Exactly.
But why is it a hazard? Am I gonna get hit by an actual firework? I'm like,
Just.
you throw the bitch over the
glad I
bridge.
didn't close tonight. I didn't want to deal with those. I didn't want to deal with those kind of people tonight.
All right, Elvis.
Yes.
When you were gone, I challenged Alan and Tom to do something, and I want you to do the same.
Oh dear.
Find a game that you like, whether it be Pokemon, whether it be a game that I might introduce to you, which I think you might be good at if you practice, or if you like at least. Basically, the challenge is to practice an esport, whether it be Call of Duty, Hearthstone, anything, any which, Pokemon. What?
Do I have to?
You don't have to, but I would like you to challenge yourself to do this or to do something like this. Casey, the esports person is here. Okay.
What?
Well, time to tune the fuck out.
What?
I'm so glad I could actually talk to someone about esports now, like actual
Okay.
like statistics and shit.
Okay.
All right, but actually, Elvis, put your headphones back in, you dumbass.
Yeah, he can hear you.
Put your damn headphones on.
What? I can't hear you. I can't understand the word you're saying.
I can't see Thomas or Alice.
What are these Mickey ears for Tom? I don't know.
No, put your. No, we're trying to tell you put your headphones back on.
Okay, so basically, I want to make an announcement that Tom and Ellen already know. You guys don't really know what's going on because was an executive decision on the spot. I don't want to focus on recording videos or streaming certain games anymore.
Wait, what?
I want to focus more on being... I want to do the Scar and Truth podcast every week or every other week, because it's a lot of fun to talk with you guys about certain subjects or just to talk with you guys about anything because it's so much fun.
Nick's not gonna like that.
I still want to I'm gonna try to stream Kingdom Hearts, but that's the only game that I really want to be really focused on for streaming on this channel. What I want to do is I want to do competitive stuff. I want to start getting back into the competitive game. I want to do competitive Call of Duty. I want to find a team. I want to start doing competitive Pokemon. I'm going to start researching into that. And when esports comes back, I want to actually do a podcast. Like not like this type of podcast where it's cameras, mics and everything. I want to actually start up a podcast. Um just to talk about esports, like what's happening, statistics, players, matches that are going to be going on. I want to do something like that, like go on maybe like a podcast app, website, or do something. I'll look into it, but I want to do that, and because I realized tonight, which I probably should have realized a long ass time ago. I'm more passionate about esports than I am anything else, and that's including acting. I'm I have not gone on a rant like this in years. And the first time I ever did a rant like this was deciding what I wanted to do for my senior project, and that ended up being esports club. So, I want your opinion on this whole decision that I'm making. So far, a lot of people want to do the esports podcast. Me looking into that. Um, but yeah, that's my whole thing. I want to get back basically into the competitive scene.
So I am contemplating getting a PlayStation just for the sole fact of having both consoles. So if there's a game that I want to play on one, I can play it. But if it came down to like esports and I wanted to be on a team and it had to be on PlayStation, I'd practice on PlayStation to get used to it. I still prefer, like, I used to have a PlayStation, but I got an Xbox because I liked it better.
See, I'm the other way around. I have an Xbox One, but when I got the PlayStation, I liked that a lot more, and I felt more comfortable playing on the PlayStation.
Plus, I have way more friends that I play with on Xbox. So
I met Quentin on Xbox, so Quentin's like my brother. Like,
um, but my dream that I've always had my entire life was to do professional gaming, like sponsored, not like YouTube and gaming, because I didn't really feel like doing the YouTube thing much. Like every so often I'd do like a skit or I'd record a box opening video, something like that. But what I wanted to do my entire life was just be in the professional tournaments, and I've tried to set up teams multiple times, but I never really had the people to on Xbox.
exactly.
And it was before I met you guys. But never really had the people or the capability. But I am very good at Call of Duty, as
Yes,
Alex
you
may
are.
know, because Dixon Ticonderoga.
Shut up. Shut up.
And I just always wanted to do it. And if this brought that to light, for one, what would our team name be?
I don't. That's not something that I want to figure out right now.
Fifth Element. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I'd love that.
Apparently, it's a movie with Bruce Willis.
And plus, it's also a band name here in Brockport. Ask Steph; she knows about it.
What the fuck?
But like, now I'm already thinking about logo ideas. Son of a bitch. All right, sorry. Go on.
Me?
Oh, are you done? Yeah, like I would love to have you. You would probably want to be like my first choice when it came to picking a team, or if you had a team, I would join like that because you are a great player, you're a great leader, and you and I work well together. I hate
You.
I hate being the people that I get teamed up with on any other game. I find that I work better with a team of people that I know that we can communicate better than I work with randoms who don't know how to play and I can't talk to.
I will say that let's say you know how Call of Duty there's 6 people on each team. If you have
4 for competitive.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's 4 for competitive.
Whoa. So let's say like you're just playing regular multiplayer, not competitive, just playing. If you have 6 people, 6 individual people that aren't communicating, that are like very high skill people, or 6 people that are communicating that are like average, maybe below average, I still think the 6 communicating team will do better.
Yeah, because they can actually talk to each other and get
I
feedback.
think without communication, you can't win.
I agree. Sorry, that's just my little rant. All right, Elvis, what do you think about the whole idea with my decisions?
Great talk.
I can't hear you. You probably muted yourself. Busted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear your ass, but I can't see your ass.
My ass?
No, Tom's little ass.
Oh.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, bitch, we can hear you, but we can't see you.
I can see
Oh, you
him.
can't?
I can see him.
Wait, I can't. What the fuck?
I can't.
And Casey, I can't see you either.
I can't
Yeah,
see
Casey.
Casey.
I don't see Casey.
It's probably because my camera's off because I'm eating.
All right, Elvis.
Well, I mean, I don't really have much to say about it. I mean, if you feel like this is what you want to do, then that's what you want to do.
Now, another question is, who would be interested in doing the podcast with me? I know Casey would, because he's pretty big into the whole eSports. I'm guessing Elvis not really, because he doesn't know much. Yep.
And it's gone.
So
I didn't know if you guys wanted to, if I want to include you guys somehow, unless you didn't want to, then that's fine.
I would have to pay very close attention. But
Same.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I mean,
Same.
effort.
I was just like you when I first started watching. And now I know so much about it that it's kind of sad.
So Chase.
Oh, at least he's honest.
Chase Ruscio, the little Italian man.
Yep.
He has my Nintendo Switch. I asked him if I could borrow his PlayStation, but he said no. So I kind of want my Switch back, but I was gonna say like if I borrowed his PlayStation and stuff like that, because he really wants to keep my Nintendo Switch, and I'm like,
Oh, I know.
No, I'm like, no, you can't keep it. That's mine. But I only have
Alright.
one game for it as well.
I know. All right. So like, Casey is as a definite wants to talk about the whole East. This is just for the esports podcast. So if you're down, then awesome. With everyone else, it's up to you. Like, I'm not gonna force you to do it. I'm not gonna force you not to do it. Like, if you want to, then awesome. If you don't want to, that's fine. I'm not gonna hold it against you.
I mean, I already watched eSports, so I just have to keep up with it just as much as you do. You know that.
Same, yeah, same.
Yeah, like it's a more a dedication thing than anything. Like paying attention to detail, paying attention to stats, which I need to learn how to do. Stats is something that I need to learn how to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is all a learning experience. Like I didn't know how to fuck to do YouTube when I first started. I had a chair, my phone, and a VTV to play Modern Warfare 3. That's my first
I
video.
still I still remember watching your very first intro video to your channel. Ah!
Oh, I hated it.
Oh, it's cute though.
But yeah, that's just
I'm gonna
my
go
thing.
find that later.
Damn it.
You're welcome.
All right, so like I'm going to make like an official video about this probably either tonight or tomorrow. Upload that and ask for feedback from whoever watches my videos. But I would definitely like to get back into the competitive game because when I was in a competitive game, I felt like I could accomplish something in life. if that if that makes sense.
Yes, it does.
I don't know. I like working in a team. I don't like working with randoms.
One thing I will say is that it's kind of a weird. I don't know how to phrase this, but if we were to do a team, like my birthday is December 1st. If I were to ask for a PlayStation and COD, we could do a team. But if we did it next year, our dreams and visions may be completely changed by then. But I know you can't do it just like that.
It takes
with
time.
a team.
Like I said, I've been passionate about esports for the longest time. And to this day I'm still passionate about it. I started what in 2013, 2014?
What?
Oh, for the longest time.
And I've grown to love it more and more and more. So like I don't know. I see people talk about like League of Legends, Dota. I don't understand how they can get into it, but it's something that they're passionate about, and I respect that. Esports is something that I'm passionate about, whether it be Call of Duty, Pokemon, Overwatch, CS:GO, whatever the fuck I play.
Who do you main in Overwatch?
I'm trying to main one person from each class. Right now, I'm just on Widow. I'm maining Widow. I'm maining Pharah.
You don't play Widow on comp, though, do you?
No.
Okay, because it's a very low tier character in comp.
Yeah,
I
I know.
mained Reaper, May. I was a god at May. Like, if I could go competitive as any character, it would be May. And then
I love May.
Diva.
May is so awesome.
Yeah, I have her gold gun. I have Reaper's gold gun. Diva, and then fuck, who's the other? What's the other class? Healers.
Yeah.
I don't really play healers much at all, but when I did, it would probably be like Mercy because I would kill people as Mercy, and it was pretty fucked up. But I don't know.
Yeah. That's my little rant. So, I don't know if you guys just want to end it here or we've been going for an hour and 10 minutes now.
It's up to you, man.
I
Your
mean,
Yeah,
show.
unless there's more you want to talk about besides esports.
esports is kind of like the subject for this one. Next week. I don't know if it could be next week or the next podcast whenever we do it. Can everyone be in a costume?
Probably not. What day is that going to be on?
The 1st of November? First or second of November.
Well, if my plans go right, we're going to be recovering that day. I'm just saying.
It's just as a request.
I mean, maybe. To be honest, I was supposed to start getting ready for Halloween, like the party or whatever. and I still don't have a costume or anything. I was thinking two things: either I could be a basic bitch and go as Georgie from It, because that was good, but I don't know, everyone's doing that. So what I kind of wanted to do was get one of those inflatable blue Morphe suits, paint my face blue, get a blonde wig, and be Violet from Willy Wonka.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Violet, you
yes.
turned it
Where's Steph?
Violet.
Steph's working right now.
Poor Steph.
Yeah.
She
someone
was
just-
so upset that she was like, the one night Tom can join, I can't.
But all right, granted, what would she know about esports?
I don't
like,
think she would have
But
liked this
she wanted
topic.
to see me, so.
I mean, I
Then-
can't see you, but
she can call you at any time.
She knows that, but she never does.
All right. Well, I think we're just gonna end that there then.
Okay.
If you guys like this video, be sure to quick scope that like button with the DSR or the bell. Subscribe to Come On the Dragons today. If you guys have any advice for me or ideas for me about esports, getting back into the competitive game or the esports podcast, let me know down in the comments below. I'll be making an official video maybe tonight or tomorrow, but that will be up soon. Do you guys have anything else to say before I end it?
Ritz.
no.
No?
Nada. Nada.
Then I will see you guys in the next video, whether it be the Scar and Tooth podcast or Kingdom Hearts. Take care, guys.